how Afro get in front of my mother race. I ain't never been to Africa. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. Ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland, yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land. America, real true land is right here in the U.S. soils.
I'm not an African American. I'm an American. I was born on American soil.
Saying that we all come from Africa, that's the biggest damn lie. Indian, indigo, black, natives, we the real indigenous tribe. I'm the original man of America, due to the mitochondrial E. So that means every single last race in this world come from me. So if I created shoe, how the fuck you on my land first? Trying to claim my shit, man, I've been history. My people was done the worst. You not no native, please just be honest. You really a $5 Indian. Pay $5 to take my land. You know you a fraud. You not one of them. The government changed our name just so we don't get no reparations. Colored, black, Negro, African American is what they changed our name to. We is the Cherokee, we is the Iroquois and the Apache. We is the Cheyenne, we the Caliphians, we the American Aboriginal Native man. Comment part 2. If y'all want me to go deeper, tired of people saying we African when we is the original.
Know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them, and this shit get way deeper than your pigment.
All right. Hit the like button on the way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the Cash App or the PayPal if you support independent media. And normally I say, let's get on with the content. But before we get on with the content, a little bit of a PSA. Guys, I've been working very, very hard behind the scenes to roll out a membership option on my website, nativeblackancestry.com. Make sure to go check it out. Come on, I'm hitting you with heavy facts right on the home page. I mean, as soon as you hit the website, right on the home page, you got a clear timeline of the racial reclassification of the Black Indian. 1492, they start calling us Indian, right? 1682, they start calling us Negro. 1851, they start calling us colored. 1960, they start calling us Black. And we don't become African anything until 1988. But guys, this is what I want to share with you. If you go hover over the More tab, click on Plans and Pricing, you can see that I've got a couple membership options. Let's just focus on the $9 a month membership, right? It gives you some exclusive perks. You've got a list of books that I use as primary resources, a weekly newsletter, exclusive videos not available on YouTube. But the biggest thing that I am the most proud of is I've been building out the largest online archive of Black Indian historical evidence. If you're a member at the $9 a month level, I mean, you can check out this tab right here that says historical resources. Oh Lord, the page is restricted. You know why, right? You know why. I was playing around with the website. Right now I'm not logged in. Let me go ahead and log in. Members only, y'all. We got to maintain a little bit of exclusivity, right? Members only, okay? Now that I'm logged in, we can go over to the historical resources tab, click on the Indigenous Americans category, and you can see that I have over 500 documents, family photos, book excerpts, newspaper clippings, articles, all pointing to the indigeneity of Black Americans. And I'm talking from North America to Central America, South America, and the Caribbean islands as well. I update this weekly. We currently have over 400 documents. You have the ability to download these to your phone, to your computer. There's a share button. You can share directly to social media. Spread the word, y'all. Spread the word. A lot of great resources here. The list goes on and on and on. We can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. But that's not what you're here for, guys. Let's get on with the show. I mean, the title of the broadcast, Africans say Black Americans are lost, but we're indigenous to America. I mean, Guys, I thought that the Africans were done with this tired ass narrative. I thought the Africans were done with the, you guys don't know where you come from. You say you come from America, but you don't know where you really come from because we think you really come from Africa somewhere and you can't tell me what village in Africa you come from. Oh, wait, you say you're indigenous? No, no, no. I think you came from Africa and you should be able to tell me what African part you're from because I told you you come from. I mean, it makes no fucking sense. We thought they were finished. We thought we deaded the conversation. Guys, I doxed my damn self. I come online before hundreds of thousands of people and show my own tribal citizenship ID card just to shut up the naysayers, the critics, the folks who want to be contrarian. But I guess the Africans haven't had enough. They still running around in England, of all places, in the UK, speaking the Queen's English, trying to tell us who we are.
Closer, hold on. What do you mean Americans don't understand where they come from?
Like, you lot don't know your background.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
Not like how, like,
on social media it's portrayed like you don't.
I'm gonna say America.
Okay, so where are your parents from?
America.
Where were they born?
America.
They were born in America.
Yes, we're not immigrants. America. My great grandmother was born in America.
Where do you get your blackness from?
There were black Americans in America before Christopher Columbus came over and colonized America.
Yeah, and where did they get their blackness from?
America.
That's what I'm saying though. You don't know your
Black is not a monolith. Black is not a monolith. You think that all? So hold on. So your stance like saying. So we can agree basically with that stance. You're saying everybody. They say everybody in the world came from Africa. Are you saying that?
Yeah, you can say.
Shout out to this brother who's in the video in the center right there. He's boots on the ground in the UK producing great content. If you want to find him on social media, just look up on YouTube Adonis Live.
I'm saying that.
You can say that, yeah.
You can say that.
I'm saying that based on what I'm seeing from your skin tone. That's what I believe. That you're from America. You're from Caribbean.
But technically, they say everybody's from from Africa.
Anything.
So if that's the stance, then does that mean Asian people don't know where they're from? Chinese people don't know where they're from?
They know where they're from. They're called the Asian people. They know exactly where they're from.
If everybody stemmed back from Africa, how can you justify?
I didn't say everyone was. I said you. I asked you. I spoke to you directly. I asked.
Oh, you don't fuck. Oh, you know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up, right? Guys, the Africans are running around with some theory that some European came up with that everybody stems from some African Abe Lucy or some fuck shit. But you notice a weird caveat? The Africans want to run with the out of Africa theory, but they don't want to go to the Russian or the Asian or the red dot on the forehead Indian and say, hey, you guys need to start calling yourself African Chinese or African Hindu or African European. No, but they're coming over to us explicitly trying to force that African identity onto us. Why, you may ask? I'll tell you. I'll sum it down. I'll simplify it. Listen close. The reason why the Africans are so triggered by us delineating is because the only thing Africans have ever had going for themselves in recent years is their alleged kinship to us. Because we got hit with a new misnomer in the 80s of African American. Now the continental Africans and the ones that flee the continent, they can say, well, hey, look, see how those Black Americans are so successful, so wonderful, civil rights movement, thousands of inventions, the list goes on and on. Well, hey, the government reclassified them as African American and we're Africans, so we're somehow related to them. No, motherfucker, no relation. Stop it.
I'm from America.
Yeah, but
Well, you can't tell me where you're from.
Okay.
You can't tell me. Yeah. So if that's the stance, then does that mean Asian people don't know where they're from? Chinese people don't know where they're from?
They know where they're from. They're called the Asian people. They know exactly where they're from.
If everybody stemmed back from Africa, how can you justify?
I didn't say everyone was. I said you. I asked you. I spoke to you directly. I asked you.
Yeah, but I'm from America.
Yeah, but
Well, you can't tell me where you're from.
Okay.
You can't tell me where you're from.
I can.
No, you can't. You can't prove. You can't prove to me that you're from Ghana.
I can prove it. I've got Ghanaian passport.
So what? You can't prove to me how many generations can you prove that to?
A lot.
No, how many?
All my generations.
You can't, and I
gone.
can tell you why.
No one else has gone. No one like.
I can say she said.
My grandfather was born in 1898. If my dad met his grandfather, it was born before 1898.
But you
What
don't
are
know
saying?
where. But
you just
hold
bought
on,
me something in
hold on.
1891.
You don't know where he's born at.
He was born in Ghana.
You can't
Because
prove that.
My grandfather was born in Ghana.
You can't prove
I
that.
can because my dad was born in Ghana.
what it is?
They all lived in Ghana. My dad was the first. My dad was the first person.
No, that's
On social media.
My dad was the first person.
On social media, what we see in England is in America, black men don't know where they're from. from, they'll all say they're American. That's why he's saying, oh, you all just say you're American because it's true. If someone asked me where I'm from random, he said, where are you from? I'm half Iranian, half Jamaican. I would say that out loud. I wouldn't say I'm British even though I was
You're
born
half
here.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Jamaica and Iran and Britain.
Hold on.
That's
no, exactly.
I'm British,
Exactly.
yeah.
No. You can't say that. You see how you and this.
And hold on, guys. Let me give you some context if you're not familiar with history. The reason why Adonis is saying y'all can't trace your lineage, y'all can't tell me definitively where you come from, who your people are. The reason why he's saying that is because Africans, for one, most of them don't even have fucking birth certificates. For two, most of those countries were recently created in like the early to mid 1900s. For three, actually, we don't need a three. Let's just harp on the first point. These motherfuckers don't even have birth certificates. Was that the first point or the second point? I don't know. But guys, let's drive it home again. Let's say it clearly for the people in the back. Africans don't even have birth certificates. Lord, oh Lord. I didn't know me having a birth certificate and being able to trace my lineage back to the early 1700s. I didn't know that was such a flex. But check this out, guys. Don't take my word for it. If you're a new viewer, my long-term viewers, they have a nickname for me. They call me the King of Receipts. Let me show you just why they call me the King of Receipts. I don't just talk it. I give you some evidence. I give you some sources, right? We're going to take a look at African media and let's see what African media says about Africans' identity crisis and their lack of documentation. Let's take a look at a quick clip from Business Africa.
Some 500 million people in the continent do not have an official representation, reports the World Bank. 494 million of these people are in sub-Saharan Africa. World Bank has, however, dedicated a figure of $6 billion to initiate a major digital identification campaigns across the African continent. Ruth Lago and Hawa Suleiman Issa have the details.
500 people are without a birth certificate on the continent, according to the World Bank's latest reports. 494 million of these people are in sub-Saharan Africa. In a related development, UNICEF figures indicate that some 85 million children are not registered and do not have birth certificate. Analysts are therefore
500 million Africans with no identity, no papers, no birth certificate.
pointing that the situation reduces access to health, education, and financing services for a large part of the African population. As World Bank's desire for a change of this narrative increases, the institution pledges $6 billion for the identification of these children on the African continent.
Damn, y'all, fuck it. I'm gonna start flexing. I'm gonna start flexing on y'all. Hey, chat, put flex in the chat. Comment flex if you want me to flex on them. Normally, I don't flex. Normally, I don't get braggadocious, but I'm gonna flex on these Africans if you want me to. If the audience deems it necessary for me to flex, we're gonna do a little bit of flexing on them. Just a little bit. Some light work. Trending with Cherie says 500 million tethers undocumented. Yes, facts. King of Receipts. I tried, Ty. I try. I'm seeing some comments. Y'all saying I should flex on them. All right, I'm gonna flex on them. I'm gonna flex on them. 500 million Africans, 500 million Africans don't know who they are, don't even have birth certificates, and watch me willy-nilly on the fly, just freestyle, spur of the moment. Watch me go through my whole family lineage, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna start from square one, y'all. Start from square one. I mean, Google, right? Let's go over here to ancestry.com. Africans don't know what ancestry.com is. You know, Africans don't have documents, so they never have a reason to go to ancestry.com. And guys, don't get it twisted. Don't do those fraudulent DNA testing kits. When I recommend using ancestry.com, it's for their paper trail genealogical records, not for no mouth swab, not no Henrietta Lacks experiment type shit. And you know what, guys? I'm a full-time genealogist. I've got dozens of clients that I'm actively doing genealogy research for, on top of all the dozens of people a week that I do those live consultations with. But let me make sure I don't show any of my clients' information. I want to pull up my family tree. Here we go, the Lane family tree. Check this out, guys. Check this out. And a matter of fact, before we do this, let me just see how far I can get this. I think it stopped at Hannah Hooten on that side. Maybe not. Maybe not. We're going a little bit further. Okay, we're going a little bit further there. Let's see. Are we stopping with Betty? I think we were stopping with Betty. Yeah. Okay. Guys, check it out. 500 million Africans don't even have goddamn birth certificates. And the average Black American can trace their heritage to at least the late 1700s, early 1800s, guys. Look, on the father's side, we can go back to 1830s. On the mother's side, we can go back to 1780s. And oh Lord, guess what? When we look at these pictures, we don't see no Africans. We see Black Indians, though. Shout out to Thomas. Shout out to Thomas. Matter of fact, Thomas wasn't just a Black Indian. He was known as a tribe king, I believe. I've got a quick excerpt on him that I'll read for you guys on my website here. Hold on. Thomas Jefferson Adams Harjo. Thomas was a distinguished, full-blooded Creek citizen, successful attorney, and respected leader in early Oklahoma. Born into the Creek Nation, Thomas was recognized as a town king for his leadership within his community and for his significant contributions to the legal and political systems of Indian Territory. A skilled attorney, he eventually became the Chief Justice of the Creek Nation Supreme Court, where he made lasting contributions to the judicial landscape of the tribe. As a member of the Creek Nation, Thomas was deeply involved in the affairs of his people, serving as a key figure in both legal and community matters. His success in the legal field, coupled with his respected position in the tribe, established him as one of the most influential Creek citizens of his time. His legacy is further explored in the book Black, White, and Indian: Race and the Unmaking of an American Family. Interestingly, while Thomas was listed as a full-blooded Indian on the Dawes Rolls, the official census that documented the citizens of the 5 civilized tribes, later U.S. Census records categorized them as Negro. This shift in racial classification highlights the complex and often contradictory racial dynamics of the time, particularly the reclassification of Native individuals that had darker skin. It underscores the broader history of racial categorization and the challenges faced by Native Black Americans in a system that frequently erased or marginalized their indigenous identities in favor of racial distinctions. Thomas's story is a poignant reminder of the resilience and adaptability of Native peoples in the face of racial reclassification, and his legacy continues to live on in his descendants, particularly through Michael Lane Jr.'s work in genealogical research and advocacy for Native Black American heritage. Now, guys, I read all this, I share all this, I jokingly say it's a flex, but really it's to give you some insight as to how accessible the documentation is, how far we can trace our lineage. And guess what, guys? I get hired all the time to trace people's lineage for them. And we find stories just like this frequently. So-and-so was a hero in World War I. So-and-so was a Black doctor, a banker, a lawyer. I mean, so many prominent ancestors we have. But when you compare us to an African don't even have a birth certificate, guys. It gets deep. It gets real deep. Come on. And you know me as the king of receipts, right? So I feel like I got to show you some receipts. When I say that Thomas was listed as a full-blood Indian, let me see if I can willy-nilly pull him up on the Dawes Roll. Shoot, I haven't searched for Thomas on the Dawes Roll in a long time. Let me see. You know what? It's best to actually search by roll number. And I've got one of his descendants' roll number, Pleasant Tobler. I think if you go to the cards, here we go. Go to Pleasant Tobler's card. Does it show the other household members? No, it just shows him. You know, guys, hold on. We're freestyling here, but let me show you how, even if it takes a minute or two or maybe 3, let me show you how accessible this information is. I may have saved some of the documents to his photo. I'm not sure. Haven't looked at this in a long, long time. You know, bear with me. But the first thing that I want to do is find some kind of roll number or find some way to link him to the Dawes Roll. I want to then see what his blood quantum is listed as. And then I also want to see if there's any U.S. Census records that list him as something other than a full-blooded American Indian. And we are pressed for time. So clock starts now. Let me see. We've got a census card for 5 civilized tribes here. Thomas Adams. I'm looking for a roll number though. Here we go. Dawes enrollment number 2145. And let me verify that. Let's actually look at the record here. We got Thomas We got Mahala. Well, wait a minute, Mike. Who's Mahala? How is Mahala related to Thomas? Let's go ahead and pull up the family tree on another screen real quick. Here we go. Let's expand some of these. Thomas Mahala. Thomas, spouse, Mahala, right? So let's go ahead and check out this document again. We've also got Mary listed. Who's Mary? The daughter. Mary gets with Fred, and they have Pleasant Tobler. Pleasant Tobler gets with Lula. They have Mary. Mary gets with someone who I haven't been able to track yet. You know, our ancestors were victims of paper genocide, so we're going to have some missing branches on the family tree. That's going to happen. But Mary gives birth to my grandmother, my father's mother. So you see how we can with ease trace our heritage. But hold on. I think I said the roll number was like 21. Yeah, it was right here. We're verifying it. 2145. Now let's go back to the Dolls roll. It's best to search by roll number. And again, that's 2145. 2145. There we go. All right, we're looking for Thomas. Here we go. Thomas J. Adams, listed on the Dolls roll at 57 years old. Male, blood quantum is full, and he's listed as a Creek by blood. Wait a minute, did Mike just verify that Black folks are indigenous to the Americas? Because not only does Mike have his tribal citizenship, but his ancestors were also members of tribes and listed as town kings of sort. But wait, guys, here's a little history on reclassification. He's listed as a full-blooded Indian on the official Dolls roll, right? But let's take a look at some U.S. Census records, shall we? Let's go back. Let's take a look at the 1910 United States Federal Census. Let's see. The United States Federal Census for 1910 lists Thomas as an Indian, a Native American. Well, let's see if that ever changes from time to time or anything like that. I mean, I got a 1910 census. I'm going to need a census record for later than 1910. That's what's going to be able to do it. Let me see if I can find a census record later than 1910. Because it's been a long time since I've done the research, but I know I saw a census record somewhere that ended up listing him as Negro. And I said, what? Wait a minute, no. Let's do a general search. Hold on, guys. Let's do a general search for Thomas. Here we go. We got Creek equalization records. We're looking for U.S. Census, though. Is there any way for me to filter this? Is there any way for, here we go, census and voter lists. And we need something later than 1910. Later than 1910, U.S. Census. Okay, let's see what we can find. We got a 1910 census. We got 1850s. We got 18. No, I need later than 1910. Later. 1910, 1890s. Come on, next page. Let's figure it out, guys. Let's figure it out together. 1910, 1890, 1890, 1900. No. You know what, guys? For the sake of time, we're going to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to proceed with our regular scheduled program, and behind the scenes, I'm going to pull the census record so I can show you where they later reclassify him as a Negro.
Ignorance comes into play. Hold on.
On social media,
Hold on.
Looks like.
All right, but I'm gonna prove to you. I'm saying it's not true, but I'm saying that's what it looks like. I know, but I'm gonna prove to you how the ignorance hits crazy. On the slave ship to Africa and Jamaica, you guys were in the same boat when it comes down to slavery itself. So when you sit down and say Jamaican, that's not a legitimate answer. Black American is more of a legitimate answer than Jamaican.
We don't name ourselves as Black British culture.
I say I'm British.
I'm British.
If you're
Where are you from?
If you're asking,
My family.
You are British.
Yeah, my family is Jamaican and Indian.
You're British.
I'm British.
But should I say that you don't know where you're from?
I know where I'm from, but I would say I know where my ancestors.
How? You don't have
our culture is British.
Hold on. Hold on.
British culture.
I'm only
We're from Britain.
No, I agree with that. I agree. If you're born in Britain, you're British.
Born here, yeah.
Hold on. Come closer. Come closer. This gap is killing me. Hold on.
I'm saying, if your family's from Iran and Jamaica, and then they come over to the UK,
you're British.
You were born. Yes, you're British by title, but where you're from is from Iran and Jamaica.
That's what I'm saying.
No, if you're born here, you're from here. Your ethnic group might come from a different place, but you're from here.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it comes into the sticky situation of people saying, "Oh, it sounds great, but can you prove with paperwork your lineage?" I can through genealogy. You can't.
I can, as far as my great grandfather. That's what I.
Nah. Genealogy, boys, about that genealogy. And go ahead and check out my website, nativeblackancestry.com. You can book a genealogy consultation with me. Genealogy consultations are 90 minutes long, only $99. And I teach you not just historical context on Black American indigeneity, but I teach you the 3-step genealogy process that me and my family followed to trace our heritage and apply for tribal citizenship. You can pick my brain on what the benefits are. How was it like applying? Do they act shady towards Black folks when they try to apply? Anything you like, go ahead and book a consultation. But guys, the wait is over. I found that document. I found the document. Check this out. I told y'all that they reclassified him as Black or Negro on a census, right? Well, let's go ahead and do some reading, because reading is, damn it, reading is oh so fundamental, ain't it? Oh so fundamental.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. A reading rainbow. A reading rainbow. A reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
Hey, I'm doing a lot of research on the fly, okay? If I want to mispronounce fundamental and if I want to add in a T for whatever reason, it is my... Can you give me some grace? Good Lord. Come on. I can show you free of charge a quick little lesson on how to trace your genealogy, but let me say fundamental a few times. No, fuck with you. Thank you for keeping me accountable. Okay, thank you. But again, check this out. He's listed on the Dawes Roll, full-blooded Indian, right? As a matter of fact, let's get a date for this. There's not really dates listed, but through the process of elimination, let's see if we can get an approximate date of when he's listed on the Dawes Roll. 57 years old, right? And if we go to his date of birth, 1848. So, 1848 plus, was it 57 or 58? You're 57 years old, right? So that would have been 1905, right? So in 1905, he's listed on the Dawes Roll as a full-blooded Indian, huh? Well, why on other census records do we clearly see him listed right here? I know it's kind of chicken scratch, but this says Thomas, this says Adams. You see right below says Mahala, his wife, and then there's Mary, right? And under color or race, you got a B for Black. Damn. Matter of fact, they saying the whole family Black. They saying Thomas is B for Black. They say Mahala's B for Black. They saying Mary's B for Black. Lord, oh Lord. So everybody's a Black Indian? Come on. Make it make sense. And we can actually view this another way as well. We can view this in a more like, easier to view version. Again, he's listed as Black. Other members of the household listed right there, cooperating with the family tree. So, guys, as you can see, racial reclassification is a hell of a thing.
And that's part. I'm saying that's past.
He can't. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm saying he won't give you it. It's not going to happen.
No, it just sounds crazy though.
All I'm gonna say is you brought me up stats of 1891. I'm only going based on the stats.
Yeah, that's only documentation that you have.
I'm saying you brought me up stats of 1891. I said my grandfather, to what I know that I can prove, was born in Ghana.
All right.
In 1898.
All right.
I said my dad. If I go to ask my dad and I get some what's it called?
And he met his father. So
he
you
met
know
his great. No, he met his great grandfather.
I know
my dad was born in Ghana.
Hold on, I have paperwork that shows my great grandmother in America.
That is your great grandmother, born in 1872. That's your grandmother sitting next to her.
Where was she born at?
She was born in Virginia.
And the next one right here?
The next one, that is your great-grandmother, born 1906. And that's your grandmother sitting in her lap.
in Virginia.
All I'm saying to you is I haven't got the paperwork. I can't say that.
That's the point.
I'm saying I can get the paperwork for my grandfather. My dad is still alive. I can go to him and get the paperwork.
But that's only up to your great-great-grandmother.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's past the 1891 you showed me.
Yeah.
You just showed me 1891 to disprove what I'm saying. Am I wrong or right?
Hold on. First of all, you can get no. That's the census that verifies that particular timestamp and time. If you can get paperwork that proves that you know your great, that's cool. I got my great-great-great-great. Do you have that?
I understand that. So before that,
answer the question.
I'm saying
Answer the question.
I'm asking a question because if I've saying something up until a certain time, you're doing the same thing. You're saying something.
No. The question, the statement.
Prove it from the beginning of your lineage.
Hold on. That's a good word. No, but he got that from me because he just heard me say.
I'm asking you a question.
Hold on.
I'm going to a certain time.
Yeah.
To what time do you determine that it's okay for me to say that I'm
No,
born here? Because you're saying that.
No.
17
No, you're deflecting. You're deflecting. You said this. Hold on, Hold on. You said your statement that you said was Americans don't know where they're from. That's a statement that you guys said.
You said the stigma is that.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say. Thank you. No. He said. No. I got the video footage and we're gonna play it back.
If you ask Americans where they're from, they would say America.
Come. Good conversation.
Like they would say that.
Some of them say
where they originate from.
So that's where they have their own. They just use.
Hold on. Whoa. Come closer. Hold on. We're gonna play it back. He said it. Yeah. He said it.
That they don't know where they're from.
I said
on social media.
How many grades can you go back down?
I don't know, but I know.
How many grades?
I can't.
Wait, I got something.
Go ahead.
You see, my granddad, yeah, he's Indian. So what would you say about that?
Indian from Asia?
He's Indian.
Yeah.
I can prove I got Indian in me.
Okay.
So my point is, you're saying going back to history, I can prove just from my grandfather.
Yeah. Okay.
That I got Indian.
Okay.
So is my point valid?
I don't think they understand that you can go back to your grandfather and we can go back to our great. I mean, they're just not understanding, are they?
I swear that look like Haroon.
You?
Somebody else.
But no, is my point valid? Like I can prove from my grandparents.
Lineage came up to be from this place, like let's say Ghana, for example. You explained your point. I agree to what's good. You saying, oh, you know where you're from, because you can prove it. I'm saying I can prove past the 1890.
You want to know why you can only sit down and say that Black Americans don't know where they're from? Because
that wasn't my statement. I just could.
I know. All right. They're going to know why you say that. I'm gonna tell you why you say that. It's because when we say Americans, the original Americans, you think of the Red Indians, right? Right? That's in your head, right? The Native Americans, the Red Indians. America reclassified the Indians as colored and Negro. So when you say they don't know where they came from, they literally reclassified all the Indians as colored and Negroes. So when you're thinking of the Native Americans, this is what they look like.
Are you trying to see the camera?
Yeah, but what we're saying is when we see interviews of Black Americans and you're like, where are you from? They just say America. They don't say, I'm American. And my parents are this, or my ethnicity is this. They just say that's what it looks like.
No, you want to know why? Because we didn't immigrate to America. We've been here.
In England, when you just ask us where we're from, we're going to tell you we're born here, but our parents are from, and our ethnicity is. And we don't see that on social media. That's why I said.
We're not migrants. You are. Your mama just fled from this country. Your daddy just fled from that country. That's not the situation we're faced with. Europe is filled with migrants. America is as well. The only group that is not a migrant or descendant of migrants are Native Black Americans. Prove me wrong.
On social media. In America, if you ask a black man where they're from, they just say, we're American. That's what I see on socials, personally. But if you ask an English or a black British person, they'll say, I'm from England.
Because you're immigrants. Your bloodline are immigrants to this country. We didn't immigrate there. We created America. You guys, who? Who immigrated? We did not immigrate to America.
You created America.
The dumbass in the gray Nike sweatsuit, jacking our swag, ain't he? Gonna say most of us did immigrate from America. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Huh? Less than 4% of the African slaves that were trafficked from Africa to the Americas, less than 4% went to North America, what would later be known as the United States. Most of you African slaves went to Brazil. If you didn't go to Brazil, you went to the Caribbean islands. Barely any African slaves were trafficked to North America. What are you smoking?
Yes. Before that, what was there?
There were black Americans there. Who did they colonize? Like,
have you done your DNA test?
DNA test does not confirm ethnicity. Genealogy does. I've done my genealogy.
Before that, well, how can you confirm that you was always there? Before that,
because
before where you can confirm
we literally have paperwork of black Americans.
Before that, because there was still life before.
Hold on, listen. The statement that he said that as I don't want to say. Hold on. Let me just clarify. Let's recap. Thank you. There's no country. In the 1700s, America was created. All right, it was founded. America was the Brits.
And
they colonized.
And I already agreed. I already agreed for your point that you're making for yourself. I agree, but there's a lot of Americans that would say the same thing as you, but it's just not true. That they actually have a heritage from an Afro-Caribbean, Afro place or Caribbean place.
Yeah, dumbass. We can speak for ourselves. Chat, do any of you claim to have heritage from Africa or from the Caribbean by way of Africa? What? The Bush baby gonna say, oh no, well, I get what you're saying, but most Black Americans wouldn't agree with you. No, we concur. We all say aye. We say yay. We are all in agreement. Well, what are you talking about? The Bush baby trying to speak for us now. Oh no, actually, a lot of Black Americans would say that, that they're actually from somewhere. No, motherfucker, we wouldn't.
Thank you. There's no country. In the 1700s, America was created. All right, it was founded.
They can't be from anywhere.
Who's it founded by?
America was the Brits. And they colonized.
And I already agreed. I already agreed for your point that you're making for yourself. I agree, but there's a lot of Americans that would say the same thing as you, but it's just not true. That they actually have a heritage from an Afro-Caribbean, Afro place or Caribbean place.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
I'm saying some of those people have the same stance as you have on yourself. I'm saying based on what you've said, I can agree. Maybe your point, you've got your you know what I'm saying.
I got my shit together.
I'm saying you got your shit together, but I'm saying our point was on the stigma of what many people in America.
I understand that, but that's ignorant. That's like you don't have you don't have your proper education in line to have that perspective. That's wrong.
I've spoken to people before, and then
but hold on. But then I say this.
I haven't had your answer.
But then I say this. I know who's Jamaican here, Caribbean. I know your history. Most of you guys' bloodline, some of you guys came from the Windrush era. That happened like after World War II. I understand how your family, your bloodline got over here. But majority of the people that are over here don't know the history of what's going on in North America. And that's okay to say, but to have this stigma and say Black Americans don't know where they come from is crazy because we know our education and you guys don't. And it's impactful for us because you guys are over here spreading this false information to them.
We don't talk about Black Americans. It's just what
cap. That's cap.
Maybe social media influences people.
There are a lot of Black people here.
You said we don't give a fuck about Black Americans as they're all dripped out in Black American swag, all rocking Nike techs and shit, all trying to act like us, rap like us, dance like. All right.
Say that Black people in America don't know where they come from.
But can I say something?
Hey, they don't give a damn about us, but at the same time, they're hell bent on trying to convince us we come from Africa. Both can't be true at the same time, Playboy.
It's not just about, you're the only person that I've ever spoken to that has come and said, I can prove my lineage to a certain point. The rest of them, a lot of them cannot.
Because you want to know why? You want to know why?
Do it.
Because of reclassification, because of miseducation, because of indoctrination, which is exactly why I offer my genealogy consultation services. In 90 minutes or less, I work to rewire your brain and repair 12 years of indoctrination. Think about it, y'all. K through 12 is mandatory. They took us through 12 years of programming. And I aim to rid you of that program, or at least help debug you a little bit in 90 minutes or less. Genealogy is oh so important. It's oh so paramount. And guess what? We actually have the ability to do the genealogical research. Them Africans don't.
My name is Frances Tuck. And I contacted Mike from Mike TV on YouTube because I wanted to find out about my family's Native American history that I believed existed. Through the research that I was able to do through Mike TV, I was able to find out that our name is indeed on the registry. I had a consultation with Mike today, and because of his advice and the research that he has done, I am now confident that I'm able to find my family's roots in the Native American History database. Thank you, Mike.
You know why? It's because we don't have this conversation in America. You guys do.
You just said that you do.
No. We don't ask people where you really from. Only out here. That's a racist propaganda. Psychological racism.
We're not taking it as racism. Because you, let's say.
Let me ask you a question. I got a question. Perfect. Y'all all from England, right?
Yeah.
What is the difference between English and British? Woo.
English. I would say.
Hold on. You got the camera, bro. I need you guys to come in. If you're gonna come in, you gotta come in.
From not to sound silly, but if you're telling me you're English, that means you're born here and your parents and so forth were born here. If you're British, to me that just means that you were born here and were raised in a British way. You know what I'm saying?
So was your parents born here?
No.
Whose parents was born here?
Mine were born here.
So I speak English.
I speak English. It's mad. No, it's mad though. I'm British, innit?
Why not contradict what you said?
He's not English.
No, as in, his parents could have been born here, but their parents were some.
How many years?
My grandparents weren't born here. They were born back home.
So hold on.
Your parents are the first generation.
How many generations do you have to be born here to be considered English?
I think is it 3?
I think it's crazy, right?
That's a technical one, you know.
3?
I think it's 3 or something.
That's a true question. I don't know.
Because from my perspective, as an American looking in, I think it's crazy that they don't allow you guys to call yourself English, you know? And it's like, okay, so when can you be acceptably called English? When is it appropriate?
I don't want to make a wild statement, innit? But I wouldn't want to call myself
Why would
English.
you want to call yourself English?
I don't want to talk to you.
When you were born in England, you could call yourself English.
So if you're born in England,
the other side. Let's be real though. The other side don't see it that way.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So what's the difference between British and English?
British is a culture.
British is a culture.
Yeah, British is a culture.
So what's British culture? Being right now and get citizenship and it has kids over there, his kids will be considered African American. You know, right?
Yeah, but you said black American. That's all I was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Why is that
They're not the same as me. I've been here for a very long time. My history and what they took away from us itself is black. So when people say black, we're not talking about the skin color. What it is an association to the historical history that's been taken around. That's the difference. That's our tribe. That's our tribe. Just like when you go to Ghana, you're Guyanese. That's your tribe. Nigerian. These are our tribes, you know? So and I'm glad you asked that question because this is how things happen. The good conversations, you know?
That's why everything I'm saying portrayed, not saying facts. Because I don't know the facts. I'm just saying that's how it comes across.
You lot don't know where you originated from. Wait, no, it still stands. Listen. Okay, let's say for instance, yeah.
Where you originate from?
Jamaica.
Yo, this is going viral.
We just had this convo.
All right, hold on. You're from Jamaica.
Where do you originate from? Africa. I don't know.
You think? Hold on. No, you said.
Millions of African slaves were trafficked to the Caribbean, and these descendants of African slaves are running around claiming they're Jamaican. Jamaican is a nationality. It's not an ethnicity. There's Japanese Jamaicans, white Jamaicans, red dot on the forehead, Indian Jamaicans. Do you see how the Africans have an identity crisis?
Say you're from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Where did you originate from?
Is it a trick question, bro? I don't get it, bro. I actually don't get it.
You think that people originated from Jamaica?
No. You say Africa. We say Africa.
Where?
I don't know, man.
Oh, womp, womp, womp. Wait. Your lot say you're Black American and you're from America, but like, where did you come from before America? Wait, where are you from? I'm Jamaican. Well, where'd you come from before Jamaica? I don't know. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Run it up!
Can you educate me?
Nobody knows where they originate from. Everybody just speculating. It's all bullshit at the end of the day.
Let me say what I'm gonna say.
We act like we know.
From the beginning of this conversation, I think the problem that we have is what we associated with the the culture.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about heritage, I think we mixed up the two in terms of what we were speaking about.
Sure.
When you've explained Black American. When you explain Black America, we were talking about culture, not specifically heritage.
No,
so you weren't necessarily trying to prove that you were originally from America. You're trying to prove that you could say that you're part of Black
even
American
with the
culture.
census itself and the documentation that we have, it proves that we've been in America before that time. So that's an actual fact. All the statements I said have been facts. I've never given my opinion.
I didn't say
I'm just letting you know. You can actually do the research on everything I'm saying, and it'll prove to be true. So, we have been in America before America was created. People say that they don't know, black Americans don't know where they're from. It's crazy. Because he don't know where he's from. You don't know where you from. They don't know where they're from.
I never knew where I'm from. I have an idea.
I'm going to tell you why.
I have an idea.
Ghana wasn't called originally Ghana before it was taken over by the people, correct? Huh?
It's called Gold Coast.
Yeah. So, you can't tell me or prove to me that you've been in that particular place because your great could have migrated from a different place, which they did a lot in Africa.
Do you know when it changed?
Huh?
Do you know when it changed?
Yeah, when they split the whole place up. They did it with Nigeria as well.
I said, do you know when it changed to become Ghana?
What?
Gold Coast. Do you know when it was changed?
No, tell me.
No, I'm asking you. I'm saying, do you know?
I don't know much about Ghana's history.
Like Ghana's history and stuff like that.
Africa's a huge continent, so many countries, you know?
There's no explanation. I've already said what I said, innit? You don't. I'm sticking with that, bro.
He's standing on business. That's it. He's standing on what he said.
I'm sticking with that.
What do you think? What do you think? You're not born in Jamaica, right?
No.
What do you think real Jamaicans who were born in Jamaica are going to think about what you're saying right now?
My parents weren't born in Jamaica. They're born here.
All right, so they Windrush.
My grandparents were born in Jamaica.
All right, so what do you think about the real authentic born Jamaicans are going to say when they, because they know their history.
Yeah.
When they see this, they see you talking like this, what do you think they're going to say about you?
What can they say?
Bro.
What can they say, fam?
Bro, what
is wrong with what I'm saying?
You don't know history.
Tell me what I don't.
You don't know history.
Maybe I don't. But you don't as well.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No, it's not. What? We're not in the same boat, bro. Let me tell you something.
Black Americans specifically. Now, go get mad.
Get it off your chest.
Black Americans specifically don't know where they originated from. That's it.
Prove it.
I don't need to prove it. I'm saying you don't know.
Say this
if I ask you where your parents are from, or your generation of your parents are from, you don't know.
Yes, I do. I just told you.
Where are you? Where?
My mother's from New York. My grandmother's from New York. My great-grandmother's
Can every black American say that?
A lot of them can.
I've had conversations with.
Know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
And they say they don't know.
Watch the end of this. Watch the comments in this video. Watch the comments in this video.
I will.
You're gonna see it. This is gonna hit viral. I'm saying, watch the comments in this video. We're gonna see how many Black Americans can tell you how long they're from.
Okay. I'm saying that it's from what we've seen and from what I've spoken to, the minimal things.
Yo, come here.
Not Black Americans in general, just from what I've seen. You're one of the first Black Americans I've ever spoken to, seen on social media, or anything that have said, "Oh, I'm from this place. I know I'm from this place."
But the problem is, you're from a whole. Hold on, I agree with you. But that's from all. We're from a different side of the world, so it's very difficult for us to communicate through this time. That's why videos like these are very educational and important. But when somebody has a complete stance like this, it's backed up by no facts. This is when things go viral and go crazy. That's diabolical. That's diabolical. That's diabolical.
I'll tell you what.
Wait.
You guys are right.
I think you got your next video taken.
No. I think we got it.
They're ready. Look at them. They look serious as well.
Telling her it's you, and she's like, no, it's not him. And
Who you-
she's like, she's half. I mean, her dad is from New York.
What's up?
Street.
Fulton. Oh, BK. Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay, you guys can start in the video. Nice to meet you, bro. I appreciate the convo.
Yo. Hold on. Listen. What's one question?
No, we've been
We just got one question to finish with.
Yeah. What's one question you want to ask? You
may not know from that.
Ask. What's one question you want to ask Americans?
Where do you originate from? Not America. Where, if you're a Black American, where do your parents originate
America.
from? No, I'm not trying to hear that. Where do you get? Where do you get your blackness from?
Come, educate him.
The blackness, his blackness, is simply from that. There is African American and there was African way before even slavery. So you can't be staying in a dogma, making you believe that you were
Okay, hold on. This is that Iva Van Sertima bullshit. Guys, you have to be diligent. You have to watch out for these type of narratives. We got some folks that do acknowledge that Black Indigenous people have been here from day one, but some of them still try to say, oh, really? They came from Africa. They just You know, they came from Africa and then populated all of the Americas. Yeah, like no. The Americas were not just empty until Africans came over and then Asians from across the Bering Strait came over. No, every landmass on God's green earth have had people on it since day one. There was not like this whole continent just empty until some Africans and some Asians came over. No. So while she's trying to be an ally, she's trying to educate the other Bush baby or whatnot, she still doesn't understand the error of her ways.
Told you America. No, I'm not trying to hear that. Where do you get your blackness from?
Come, yeah, educate him.
The blackness, his blackness, is simply from that there is African American and there was African way before even slavery. So you can't be staying in a dogma, making you believe that you were a slave. And what he's saying, most African American, and sometimes you cannot say African American, you should say maybe Black American.
Thank you.
May not know where they may be originated with. But of course, if we say that all black must, or we take our blackness from Africa, the whole human race.
Thank you. That's what I said.
Well, that's my point, though. You don't know where. You say
they cannot
know.
know.
You say you're black. You say you're African American. Where in Africa are you
But
from?
he didn't say it's a comma that has been created after civil rights movement in order. But usually, see people say Black American. So you may.
Thank you. Davu understands the nuance of history. The Moors from Africa was in trade agreements with indigenous Americans before colonization. Facts. Africans had circumnavigated the globe. We had as well. We had trade agreements. And then the Moors acted like some selfish fucking sellouts and capitulated to the Spanish crown and taught Cristobal Colon and all them conquistadors how to get to our side of the world. Them sellout Moors. But don't get me started on that, you know. Don't get me started.
I listen to Smokey Robinson. He has some interviews about it, and he talks about that. So, but this is the thing. Most British.
I get what you're saying, but my specific point is, if I ask you where you are specifically from Africa, if you're from Africa, anywhere in black,
you
that's
can't
my
say
point.
that. Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Jamaica.
I'm Jamaican. That's
Jamaica's not an answer.
But Jamaica, no. That's part. No. Jamaican. Jamaica is part of the Caribbean, okay? African American, you have Louisiana, for example, was part of Haiti, which is 2 hours away by boat to Jamaica. That's part of the Caribbean, okay? So because of slavery.
Hold on, ma'am. We got a fact checker. What do you mean Louisiana was part of Haiti? Does she mean that Louisiana was French colonial territory and Haiti was also French colonial? Maybe that's what she means. Okay, that's the only way that makes sense. Hopefully that's what she means. You know, Louisiana was colonized by the French and Haiti was also colonized by the French.
Slavery, most of West African, or because you wouldn't even find Eastern African, are all from that side of South America, the Caribbean, and some has been even taken to the Americas. So for example, Louisiana is French. But because of Haiti having the first nation to be free from slavery, because
All right. We got to stop this bullshit. Haiti was the first nation to be free from slavery. It's funny how they keep running with that narrative, but they never talk about the Haitian independence debt. They never talk about the trillions of dollars that the French forced them to pay to keep their independence, which is why Haiti is so poor to this day. They were paying trillions of dollars to their colonizers until the 1940s. Look it up. It's called the Haitian National Independence Debt.
because of that, they now become Haitian. But Haitian cannot tell you where they come from exactly in Africa. Jamaican cannot tell you where they exactly come from.
Thank you.
They will have a percentage of this place and this place and this place in Africa, which have 54 countries. They may have that, and then
Yeah, she thinks she's smarter than she is. She lost in the sauce. Now she's talking about percentages. She's referring to DNA testing, y'all. She's referring to some pseudo. We all come from West African slaves, but we don't know what part of Africa. And when we do the mouth swab, it says we 10% this, 12% that. All right.
from there you got the information.
Back up.
Back then.
Great job. Great job.
She always shows it to me.
Great job.
Back then,
Thank you, but it still don't break my point. It still don't prove my point though.
Indians were found in Jamaica. Indians.
Yes, the what do you call it? The Tau. What's it?
I can't remember the name, but
The Taino, the Arawak.
So
What
like-
language was that?
French.
Let's go.
So like in Jamaica, it was a mixture, I would say.
No.
'Cause-
So the Americas have Amerindians. Okay? So Christophe Colomb was not the one who found Africa.
Yes.
It was Abdullah, who's from Mali, where we come from, because we're Senegalese. Okay? Yes, originally. But Senegal only exists since 1960. Because it was West Sudan.
Let's go. I
You see what I'm
love
saying?
this.
Okay? So because of that, you have 2,000 boats went to Africa 200 years before. That's the great-grandfather of Mansa Musa that you may hear of. Okay? So that's his great-grandfather. So the Moors of Spain took Christophe Colomb, and you'll find writings of Christophe Colomb telling
Yeah, she gonna get me triggered again, talking about how the Moors sold us out to the Spaniards. Oh Lord, she's gonna get me triggered, guys. Before we wrap up this broadcast, and don't worry, when this broadcast ends, there's gonna be a countdown, and the next one is gonna begin automatically. But before we segue to the next broadcast, let me just give you a sneak peek into what the next broadcast is gonna be about. This little spoiler, if you will. There's an interesting video that one of my long-term viewers hipped me to. And check out this interesting statistic. Check this out. We're going to end it on this interesting statistic. The outro sequence is going to play, then it's going to automatically push you into the next broadcast. But Lord, oh Lord, we are living in a time of great revelation, y'all. Great revelation. Watch this. And don't worry, after I play it, I'm going to rewind it and play it a couple times in a row to really drive it home. But leave me some comments and let me know what you think about this interesting statistic that I'm hipping you to.
Here's an amazing fact. The number of sub-Saharan Africans who willingly migrated to the United States in the decade between 1990 and 2000 was larger than the total number of Africans shipped directly to the United States over the course of the entire transatlantic slave trade. Over the total number willing,
which was pretty exciting.
Here's an amazing fact. The number of sub-Saharan Africans who willingly migrated to the United States in the decade between 1990 and 2000 was larger than the total number of Africans shipped directly to the United States over the course of the entire transatlantic slave trade.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British men. Quite frankly, you was kings Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment.